Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Taking a look at race number 9 at the Great Race Place on Sunday. It's the Grade 2 Zenyatta at Santa Anita. And here's the field of fillies and mares getting set to go 1 mile and a 16th. Tepid morning line favorite. The 2 as time goes by. 2-1 for trainer Bob Baffert, who also has the second choice, the 3 Private Mission. As time goes by, maybe getting back to Santa Anita is going to be key, Mike. She ran really well over this surface. And then at Del Mar and the Clementel Hirsch, she had a real big excuse at the start. And then last time out, she had a real big excuse that you see in the company line, the name Latruska.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if nothing else, this is pretty significant class relief for her. I don't know, how forgiving you necessarily want to be on this horse, who did not run well in either of her last 2 starts, but it is pretty big class relief. She does have those, 4 consecutive figures for her prior 4 races that just tower over this field.
And all of those races at Santa Anita. Let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Our friends at Timeform US are expecting a fast pace in here. Miss Stormy D is a front runner. Private Mission, the 3-year-old taking on older horses. She likes to be close to the pace. Lady Kate is kind of one-way speed as well. It's going to be interesting to see how they ride this race, especially Private Mission, Mike, because on the one hand, I think she's fast enough to make the lead. And on the other, I don't think they'd be upset if the 6 and 7 go and they sit behind.
Yeah, I don't think they would either. Last time when they stretched her out for the first time, she did go forward, but she sat off another horse up the backstretch until it was time to go. Now she was way better than that field, and that's probably not the case here, but I don't think she needs the lead.
The sleeper from a pace perspective is the 1 Samurai Charm, who has not been headed from 3 starts around 2 turns. Let's watch Samurai Charm's most recent win, the Dark Mirage Stakes at Los Alamitos. 5th consecutive score for the daughter of First Samurai, who went to the front and holds on in the stretch despite weaving and bobbing greenly. Looks like Samurai Charm had a 6-pack before she got out to the track.
She can't get away with that kind of stuff as she steps up in class, but there's no knocking what she's done so far. I think you would, just watching this race, you have to be worried as she takes on a little bit more distance here, Dan, and does it against some better horses. But I mean, she keeps winning and her figures are holding up.
Yeah, just watching her on the stretch looked like you leaving the track at Saratoga on Travers Day. The 2 is as time goes by. Again, big number 3 starts back in the Santa Maria. How good was that Santa Maria? She made a very early move into the teeth of the pace that day, and she was all out to hold off this tee. And no disrespect to this tee, but I don't think this tee is that good.
Well, that's the problem with this horse. Even if you want to, give her a pass for the last 2, what do you think about that race, the Santa Maria, where she's life and death at 2-5 to hold on? That was not an impressive performance, Dan. Again, though, the figures say that she's the horse to beat in here. I'm not so sure about that.
Private Mission's going to face older horses. She was entered in the cotillion last week at Parks. You can argue that even though she's facing her elders here, this is an easier spot, because she would have been in against Clairiere and some very good 3-year-old fillies last week. Let's watch her last race, the Grade 3 Torrey Pines at Del Mar, 2-turn mile. This is a very easy win over 2 next-out winners. The 5th place horse coming back to win the Remington Park Oaks, a Grade 3 with a 95 buyer. It looks like Private Mission is filling out, and the $750,000 yearling is coming into her own.
Yeah, I mean, she ran really well in this race. I mean, never really had to take a deep breath to beat this field. And again, I like the way that she sat off another horse early before it was time on the second turn. She took it over and she was way the best. Does she have to improve to beat this field? I kind of think that she does, Dan, but I won't be surprised if she can do it.
Phil D'Amato's got Miss Bigley, the 4, in good form. She's hit the board in her last 5 races, including this victory in the restricted Tranquility Lake Stakes. This was just a great spot for this horse, who previously had run second to a nice one, Crystal Ball, at Thistledown. But the class relief here really aided her, and she had to work a little bit to beat Paige Ann, but it was a solid enough number. Another horse that likes to be close to the pace.
Yeah, I know that her figures are holding up. This is not how you want your 2-5 shots to be winning, but she does get it done at the end. Just a really nice horse, Dan. I don't think I've ever looked at her like a graded stakes kind of horse, but she's real nice.
California Kook, grade one placed on the turf for trainer Peter Miller, has recently raced on the dirt and has done okay. Nice win, albeit against weaker Calbred, one other than two starts back. Last time out, she was in against Samurai Charm, a race where Samurai Charm just got loose on the lead, back down the fractions. California Cook had a look at this horse at the 3/16, but just couldn't finish with her. I think she's slowly improving. She's going to have to improve even more.
Yeah, she's in the same boat as a lot of horses in here, that she's just stepping up into a much tougher spot. She's pretty good on turf. She has to prove she's at least that good on the dirt still. I'm with you on her last race. I thought she had a real shot to win that race, but I guess we've already seen that Samurai Charm doesn't like to get past in the stretch.
As with Miss Bigley, Miss Stormy D found the right spot last time. Let's watch the She's a Tiger at Pleasanton. This race coming off the heels of an 8-length drubbing at the hooves of As Time Goes By in the Santa Maria. Well, there was no As Time Goes Bys in this race. She wins very, very easily. Only an 81 buyer. She was listed as a vet scratch on August the 27th, and it's been over a month since that race.
Yeah, this is all about finding the right spot, and she just dusts this field. The race two back, I mean, to me anyway, it's hard to take her off of that Santa Maria, Dan, because she did her very best in there. She got to the front when As Time Goes By came for her. She raced that horse as far as she could. She was just no match, and I don't see why it would be any different in here.
The 7 Lady Kate's run some nice races, second to Monomoy Girl in the grade 1 lot, Troy N last summer. Let's watch her last race, the Groupie Doll. This horse likes to be up close to the pace, if not outright on the lead. She was on the lead in this race, turning into the stretch. She's going to finish second. I have to admit, I was a little disappointed she didn't finish this race off. She finished ahead of a couple of next out winners, one of them the stakes variety.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they're shipping her out here to run in this race. It's probably not the worst idea in the world. I just don't know how good she is, Dan. I did think she ran well in the La Troyenne, but that's really the only race of hers that I can get behind. Otherwise, all her wins are those sort of one-turn miles where, she's in control of the pace and is probably the best horse anyway.
Michael McCarthy has the 8 Stellar Sound coming off this race, a third in the Rancho Bernardo, and she was forced to kind of go a little bit early in here. There were only 4 horses in this race, and we see Stellar Sound, who was contesting the pace, getting a little bit tired here, and she's going to run third. I think the key for her is getting back around 2 turns. I loved the way she won first time for McCarthy. I realized it was only a one other than last October. She destroyed those horses. She then was an okay third in the Bayacoa. I just think getting out to 2 turns now in the third start of the form cycle with some speed for her to track, this might be her best opportunity as we take a look at our top picks.
Yeah, that's exactly how I looked at her. That's why I put her on top, Dan. I think the way you laid it out is exactly what I was thinking. I was actually surprised that they turned her back for those last 2 starts. And I realized that she won that allowance race back in July, but she did that with an absolute perfect trip. I don't look at her as a sprinter. I think she's better going longer, and I like her stretching back out here.
I might have underestimated her, putting her fourth. I'm looking for a price in here. I'm trying to fade as time goes by a little bit. I think Private Mission is pretty good. I don't know. California Cook to me, maybe compromised by the pace last time out. I think she's going to take up the role of deep closer in here because there's going to be pace, and maybe she'll just get the right setup. She's going to be a price. I'll use her underneath the more logical horses. Mike's going 8-3-2-7. I'm going 5-3-1-8 in the grade 2 Zenyatta at Santa Anita on Sunday. Good luck.